Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is Dwayne from Dynamic Graphics. If you guys are new to this channel, this is where we talk about the printing business, custom apparel, and different applications of printing from DTF, DTG, screen printing, or HTV. This is where we talk about it and we help each other out. Now, I know there's a lot of people getting into the printing business that want to get further educated to figure out which application fits their direction that they're going. Or you already have a shop and you want to add an application in there to help expand your business. Well, this is where we touch on the topics on this channel. Now, today's video, we're going to be doing some prints on the Muto. We're going to be doing two different styles, and I'll explain those when we go in more in depth, which one are the benefits and what do you get out of all of them. So without further ado, let's dive into this video. All right, guys, so before we get into it, I just want to give you guys a useful topic to kind of help you guys out. Now, I came home from a 3-day business trip and I went to do a nozzle check on my machine, and it ran great. Everything looked great, but I noticed one thing: my white looked off. Now, being gone, thank God this machine runs its own clean, but it's not gonna push as much ink out to kind of explain what I'm gonna get into right now. So I have two images right here. This image was the first one I ran after my nozzle check, and obviously you could see my white coverage is very lacky. It's milky. It's not what I look. It's uneven. It's not gonna look good. If you were to press this on a garment, it would look so dull, especially on a dark garment. I think a white garment you could be safe, but a dark garment, black, whatever, it's gonna look dull. There's not good coverage on here. It's very milky, and who knows if this is gonna crack down the road easier just because of the coverage. Now, after printing that one, it was a double stacked one, so I got enough to pull through the lines. I ran another double print and I was able to get my coverage right back to where I needed to. So even though you shake your carts in the morning and you do that, still be wary that your lines, ink can separate if you're not using your machine as much. So the best thing you can do, if you're not using your machine as much, you're doing jobs, on your HTV or sublimation, or you're doing screen printing and you want to get back to your DTF because you have some jobs to do on there, make sure to it's a simple fix. Just run 2 stacks of 2 prints. So 2 of these stacked up, run full prints, get this white to, this watery white to come out. That way, the next one, when you print, you're able to get the full coverage white. Now, this is something I will sell to my customers all day because that image is great. We love Rick and Morty. But this one right here, even though it looks good right in front, the vibrance of it will not hold off on a dark garment shirt with this kind of white coverage. So just keep that in mind. You want to have your customers coming back to you. Do everything the right way. Don't sell anything to your customers that you wouldn't wear yourself, and don't try to breeze by jobs just because of material, because I've thrown material away because I didn't want that bad rapport. So make sure you stop it at home first and you look ahead to make sure your customers are satisfied. This is a no-no, and this is where you need to go. So hopefully this helped you guys. Now let's get to the printing. All right, guys, so this style of printing we're gonna do first. We're gonna do the knockout. It's one of my favorite styles of printing, and the reason is you get this 3D pop look on the shirt. It makes it actually look natural to the shirt, but there's a lot involved with learning this. So when it comes to this kind of printing style, you have to be very acclimated in knowing your editing program. Now, I use Adobe Illustrator, I use Adobe Photoshop. I've used other stuff as well too, Coral Draw and stuff like that, but the Adobes have just been a lot easier for me, but I know can be challenging for other people as well. So we're running 2 prints right here. This is one of my favorite prints. This is something that's going out for an order. It's in Metallica that I worked on to help get that that 3D pop out look, which is the blackout. Or this print, we're gonna lay it down and then you guys can see the comparison from the other print that I'm gonna do, which is still great because this machine prints vibrance all over. So you never have to worry about if it's a knockout or it's a different image, because all image you're gonna have to work with. So some are not even worth doing a knockout with, but if you do have to and you do have the ability to, this kind of useful skill can help draw a lot of attention to your customers on how talented you are with this kind of editing skills. So I'm gonna leave this going too because I kind of want you guys to see the speed. My program I'm using Flexi DTF, one of the highest ones they have out right now for the program. So you have good, better, or best, and this is good quality. And you're gonna see on good quality what this image looks like. I haven't even put it on the best one. Doing this is gonna help you guys generate better customers and show more interest into people wanting to purchase from you by using this skill as well too. And if you guys have any questions about, you know, the knockout color, or, you know, programs that are, you know, will help you obtain this kind of skill and help you out, just shoot the comments down below and I can help you guys figure out, or kind of help guide you guys to teach you a little bit of the basics of Adobe. And I think the Adobe is the best program to learn off of, just because it's so versatile in anything you want to do. So whether if you want to do photography, you know, Photoshop, but if you want to do printing, Photoshop still does a great job. So it's a great versatile program and I would lean towards that. All right, so the image is pretty much basically done. And we're looking good on all the coverage that we need. And you guys will probably look at this after I flip it to you guys and be like, what the heck? But we're gonna show you why. All right, guys, so I have my 2 images here. I did skip some of the processes of the curing process that we had there. If you guys are new and getting into DTF and want to see the processes that I use home on, you know, shaking and curing, I will do that in the next video for you guys, so you guys can know the steps of what it takes to do in DTF. So this was the first image that we had. This was the knockout color that I did to kind of get that 3D look that I want. And this is the Rick and Morty that we had from earlier. I didn't want to waste it. This has the great white coverage that we need. And I could flip it because it's cured. And I kind of just wanted to show you guys the, you know, the vibrance in the color, the actual color that it gives is what's on screen. So, you know, the Muto is very good at catching everything that you want from the image that you are displaying on your screen. So color matching is definitely something that it does and helps you get that perfect image that you need. So I'll take you guys from top to bottom, that way you guys can see. Sorry about my my light. I'll go to the side and you guys could see there's no discrepancies in this image. And then this image, like I said, you guys are gonna be like, what the heck, you know, this doesn't look great, but there's a reason why. So you see this image, this is a Metallica image, and you wouldn't think much of it, but like I said, once we print this, you're going to see the big difference. So let's go ahead and do this one first. We got our shirt laid out here, and I'm going to use my wax paper. And then we're just gonna swing over and let it hit for 10 seconds. I do 10 seconds on 285. It works for me. A lot of heat presses are different. I have multiple heat presses. I have one down there, and then this one that I use as well too, and like 5 others that I have at my shop. But this one is just easy to use at home. But when I want to get in a wider format, I'll jump onto that one, which is a 15 by 15. So let's get the press, and then we'll wait 10 seconds. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. And then we pick that bad boy up, nice and steamy. All right, so while that cools down, we'll check it out when it's done. All right guys, so I'm gonna tilt it off to the side because I only have one hand and I have to peel this. So I'm gonna do this, and then after we're gonna do our final press to be able to see that image that we wanna get. So we're gonna peel it, boom. All right, and then after, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Went a little bit. All right. And then we have our image. So this is what you want, and this is why I say the knockout helps. So everything black in this image I had knocked out. That way you get all that. So the eyes is the shirt, you know, anything in black is the shirt. And this is what you want. This is what your customers want. They want that natural, you know, 3D look. And you want the image to be blended with the shirt, and you want that nice feel. So all of this into the shirt, the Metallica is black, and that's the shirt. So this is why I say having that good skill on your editing program and learning this helps you get that kind of image. So if you guys could see that, it looks awesome. Customer is gonna love that, and you know, you really can't complain about that. And this being off the Muto, you know, this is why I said it's a quality machine. It's a great machine. And you know, speed is not always the thing that you need to captivate, because many are going fast, you know, nowhere. So this is patience, you know what I mean? Like, if you have customers, you want to give them stuff like this, and you can obtain this with the Muto. Now moving on to the next print. All right, so this is where we press our Rick and Morty. We're gonna need 10 seconds on that. All right guys, so same thing on here. This one is done on the press. I'm gonna be able to peel it, and then we're gonna lay our wax paper on and do the last, you know, 7 to 8 seconds on the final press before we check the image. So let's do that. All right, let's see. All right, so in this image you can basically tell there is not much you can do when it comes to knocking out a lot, but what you can do is form your image to fit your shirt. So as much editing that you can do to get this kind of giving it a natural look, because nobody wants the box. So you have to do some things to obtain this kind of a natural flow, in a sense, in this image. Now this is the image. Show you guys, very vibrant, detailed. You know, the colors are there. It's a great image. Get really deep in there, and it's very light and, you know, natural to the shirt, not heavy at all. And this is why I love this. It's just, you know, the customers will love just not a thick HTV feel. through an image like this. If this was HTV, it would be a lot thicker, heavier, but this is more natural and formed with the shirt, and you know, your customers will be happy. So just make sure your curing process is good and everything will play its part. They will get, your customers will get longevity and washes from this, less, if not to any cracking for a good while, and you know, making sure that you're sending quality work out there. So that's this image. That's wraps this up. This was the regular, and then that one was the knockout. I love the knockout, but I also love these two. As much as you can get that box look out of there, it makes the shirt look more natural. So hopefully this helps you guys. We're gonna be doing more prints in different colors. That way you guys can see more how the Muto gets, you know, busy. It's a great machine. All right, guys, so hopefully that was useful for you guys. You guys got to see the Muto in its best state, you know, quality and reliability. I know a lot of you guys are concerned about speed, so I'm gonna be very honest with you that this machine is not the fastest out of the bunch, but it's not the slowest either. So if you're looking for speed, you might want to do some research in finding a machine that fits that kind of attribute for you. Now, I feel like when we get to these videos, I don't get to finish, you know, or even get into half of the stuff that I want to. But I told you guys this before, this is why we have the channel, so we will get to all of those things. And if you guys have any questions, you know, just shoot them below before I get to the next video. That way I can take you guys in the shop and answer your questions accordingly. So in the next video, I wanted to get back and talking to the smart cards that go right onto the cartridges. So if you guys are looking and calling them chips, I found out they're called smart cards, and they're for the Muto. I found some very good resourceful information on this for you guys to have more of a resource in obtaining these from different areas if you want to, so you don't feel so limited. And on the next video, I wanted to do HTV versus DTF, and kind of putting the two together and seeing the pros and cons from both of them and what do you get as attributes. And this kind of helps you guys to figure out what application that you want to jump into, say if you're getting, you know, new into printing. So maybe DTF is something that you don't want to dive into firsthand and you want to do HTV. There's a lot of benefits with HTV, but there's a lot of benefits from DTF too. So they both have their pros and cons, and we will get into it. Hope this video helped you guys. This is Dwayne from Dynamic Graphics. If you have any questions, leave it below. We'll get to it. To the next video, guys. Peace.